We speak language so fluently and effortlessly, isn't it? We understand language very easily and effortlessly. We do not have to put in any effort to understand or speak language. But there are people in this world who, after suffering damage to their brain, have problems in producing language and understanding language. This disorder is called as aphasia. There are two types of aphasia, Broca's aphasia and Wernicke's aphasia. They are two types of language disorders caused by damage to specific areas of the brain involved in language processing. Each type of aphasia affects different aspects of language, such as speech, production, or comprehension, and they are named after the neurologist who first identified these conditions, Paul Broca and Carl Wernicke. What is Broca's aphasia? It is also called as expressive aphasia. Broca's aphasia is associated with damage to Broca's area, which is located in the posterior part of the frontal lobe, typically in the left hemisphere of the brain. This area is responsible for speech production and language processing. Individuals with Broca's aphasia often produce speech that is halting, effortful, and grammatically simplified. They might speak in short, broken sentences, leaving out small words like is or the. For example, instead of saying I am going to the store, they might say go store. This term, agrammatism, refers to the difficulty in constructing grammatically correct sentences. That is, people with Broca's aphasia are not able to construct grammatically correct sentences. They may struggle with verb conjugations, word order, and connecting words. They also suffer from anomia. This refers to difficulty in finding the right words, especially nouns and verbs. They may pause frequently as they search for the correct word. What about comprehension? While their speech production is impaired, the comprehension of spoken and written language is relatively preserved and intact. They can usually understand what others are saying and can follow simple instructions, but they may have trouble with more complex sentences. Individuals with Broca's aphasia are often aware of their difficulties and may become frustrated by their inability to express themselves as fluently as they would like. A real life example of Broca's aphasia might be a person with Broca's aphasia. Let's take a real life example. Person with Broca's aphasia might be able to understand a conversation perfectly, but struggle to participate in it. If asked what they did over the weekend, they might respond with Saturday, beach, friend, good time, instead of a complete sentence. They may feel frustrated because they know what they want to say but can't produce the words or sentences correctly. The second type of aphasia is Wernicke's aphasia, also called as receptive aphasia. It is associated with damage to Wernicke's area, located in the posterior part of the temporal lobe, also typically in the left hemisphere. This area is crucial for language comprehension. What are the symptoms of Wernicke's aphasia? First is fluent but nonsensical speech. Individuals with Wernicke's aphasia can produce fluent and grammatically correct sentences, but the content of their speech often lacks meaning. They may use incorrect or invented words called as neologisms, and their sentences may be jumbled or incoherent. For example, they might say, I took the cat into the store to drink my elephant, which sounds fluent but is completely meaningless. They have impaired comprehension. They have significant difficulty understanding spoken and written language. They may not fully grasp what others are saying, leading to inappropriate or off-topic responses. Paraphasias is also one of the symptoms. This involves the substitution of incorrect words or the creation of new nonsensical words. Unlike those with Broca's aphasia, individuals with Wernicke's aphasia often are not aware that their speech is incomprehensible to others. They may speak with confidence and be unaware of their language deficits. A person with Wernicke's aphasia might engage in a conversation where they talk fluently and confidently, but what they say doesn't make any sense. If asked how they are feeling, they might respond with something like, the television is flying over the river, which has no connection to the question. They might not realize that their response is nonsensical. Understanding these types of aphasia helps healthcare professionals diagnose the specific type of language impairment a patient has. In summary, while both Broca's and Wernicke's aphasia involve difficulties with language, They differ significantly in terms of speech production, comprehension, and affected brain regions. Understanding these differences is crucial for effective diagnosis, treatment, and support for individuals with aphasia. Thank you so much for listening.